This Nashville bomber story just keeps getting weirder and weirder because, okay, now the guy or the human remains were confirmed to be Anthony Quinn Warner. Okay, that was all said and done. And then it came out that there was like a 60s song playing from it, and it's probably just a paranoid motherfucker who, okay, I've seen something, we'll get into it because this entire thing is holy fucking weird, but first, we're going to take a look into his history because there's finally something concrete about it. A couple of you guys posted this yesterday as well, that he had an alarm shop or he has an extensive background. USA Today says he has a longtime Nashville resident with electronics expertise. Anthony Quinn Warner was a person of interest in the investigation of the explosion downtown on Christmas Day. Police Chief John Drake confirmed Wednesday. Warner, 63, was a longtime Nashvilleian who held several IT jobs. Federal authorities said or scoured the city for evidence of on Warner. Public records show he had an extensive expertise with electronics and alarm systems. He worked as an independent computer technician with a real estate firm, Frederick and Clark. Federal agents searched his home in Antioch, Tennessee, and Frederick and Clark real estate office in Nashville on Saturday. Google Street View images, yeah, that's what they referenced yesterday, that the motorhome that exploded was shown in the vicinity of his home, and as you can see, they've got the picture of it right there. We didn't have that address publicly available, so I'd wait for somebody in the fucking media to put that out there. Police said the explosion came from an RV soon after a speaker system broadcast a warning to evacuate the area. That wasn't the only thing that was actually broadcast at the same time. We got some new stories about that because this can't get any fucking weirder. Nashville RV played 60s hit Downtown by Petula Clark before detonating. I know I've heard that song before, and bear with me. This is a stretch, but this is the first thing that came to mind as soon as I heard that song. It's like, I've heard that song. It's been in a video before. It's been in a destructive video before. I thought it was in a Call of Duty game, but then I remembered because I have a weird autistic memory. Just bear with me. It was in the WWE 2K17 trailer, and I've sped it forward a little bit. I'm going to mute my mic, and we're going to play a little clip of this. It's weird. It's fucking weird.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown.
No real point in playing the rest of the trailer for an old fucking video game, and why would I remember that? But then at the same time, why was it a bombed out downtown core playing the exact same song? I don't know, but I think there's something there. But then at the same time, I could be just connecting some loose dots like this kooky motherfucker apparently was. Because in something else that we're going to see, or maybe not, I don't know, I just have a couple of articles pulled up here and I was doing a little bit more research. Washington Examiner had a post out there saying that the dude might have been paranoid about 5G. But at the same time, that's the kind of slander that they were using for people who were concerned about the overreach of the coronavirus lockdowns. So I don't know, but at the same time, I don't want to get too deep into this. But let's see why they found this out. The explosive-laced RV parked in downtown Nashville, playing a warning message to evacuate a countdown, and even blared the mid-60s hit song Downtown by Petula Clark. Minutes before it detonated into a fiery blast Christmas Day, injuring at least 3 civilians. 5 police officers who responded to the scene Friday and led the evacuation efforts before the explosion recounted what had happened during a press conference Sunday. The first officer to arrive at the scene, Tyler Llewellyn, said he was responding to shots fired call at the address belonging to both a liquor store and apartment complex and did not initially pay too much notice to the RV. Not seeing any signs of gunfire, he and another police officer heard the RV parked at the intersection with a message saying it would detonate at their primary objective was to evacuate. So the cops were trying to get out of there and saying that the RV was just blaring that message. Interesting. He radioed to notify his sergeant, and amid the hurry to evacuate residents and move his police vehicle out of the intersection, he was also able to pick up some of the lyrics from the song and sound from the RV. What I remember was downtown where the lights shine bright, Llewellyn said, recalling the RV also played music and began to count down. Not recognizing the song initially, Llewellyn said he spoke to an agent from the bureau, from the ATF, who pulled up the song and confirmed Downtown was the specific song that he played. He was in the downtown core, and he was playing Downtown. This guy is kind of a hack. A suspect. Oh, he was driving a little bus. The suspect allegedly responsible for the explosion has been identified as 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner, who authorities believe, yes. I don't know if it was confirmed, but it sure seems like, because I couldn't find any evidence of him being around Nashville, or nobody's seen him in the past few days, and they just kind of think that the human remains that they found yesterday are in fact Anthony Quinn Warner, which would make a whole bunch of sense because you can see somebody driving it. I don't know, I'm sure that they probably have better footage of that, but right now I haven't seen any kind of closed circuit or any sort of intersection cameras producing any photographic evidence of this dude driving the vehicle. At the same press conference, this is interesting, Sunday, Officer James Wells described how the RV was also equipped with a camera. Not equipped. There were also cameras on the RV, like surveillance cameras above the mirror, Wells explained. It felt like whoever was behind this was watching us. The explosion blew out an AT&T store and caused major communication outages affecting cell service, landlines, and 911 call centers. Yeah, and I don't think anything's been up yet, and there's still a curfew, but it might be over by the time that this gets published. It was only supposed to be on until 4:30 p.m. local time, so it's probably out by now. An estimated 41 businesses were damaged by the bombing, and the people were displaced. Yeah, and as we've seen, and there's also a picture here. Yeah, that's some of the aftermath of the wreckage, and yesterday's thumbnail also had a picture of the street that went fucking kablamo. But at the same time, this is weird because I don't even know how to transition into this. A white box truck playing audio similar to the RV and Nashville explosion shuts down Tennessee highway. The driver of the vehicle has been detained by police. So a copycat or a sympathetic weirdo, or how would he know about this? Interesting. And I couldn't find any link to this, but like a link between the two explosions. Let's see what they got. Police in Rutherford and Wilson counties in Tennessee are investigating a white box truck parked outside a local convenience store playing the audio similar to what was heard before Christmas Day explosion. According to the statement by Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, dispatchers received a call at about 10:30 a.m. regarding a truck which was parked at Crossroads Market in Walter Hill. Police said deputies located the truck, which had traveled from Rutherford County into Wilson County, and proceeded to make a traffic stop. The driver was then detained by police. Wilson County Police had closed Highway 231 south from Cedars of Lebanon State Park to Richmond Shop Road due to the suspicious vehicle. As a precaution, nearby residents have also been evacuated from the active scene. An investigation by Sheriff's Office and Tennessee Highway Patrol is currently underway. So based on what they have out there, we don't know if that's the countdown that was playing or if that was the song that was playing. If it was the song that was playing, that would be a little bit weird. It's been a few days. It's been 2 days since the explosion. So if somebody was going to do something similar and do a countdown, that's just a copycat and somebody else who's mentally fucking deranged. But still don't know if this guy was actually targeting anything. Okay, he was working at a real estate firm. He has extensive history in IT, and he obviously had something against AT&T. There's no credible lead so far on him being against 5G, new cell phone infrastructure, for those who just thinking it's like, well, what the fuck is 5G? But as far as I can tell, everything that we're putting together here, I think that this was just a targeted attack by somebody who had something to lose and had a vendetta against AT&T somehow. I've also seen this floated around because you guys were providing a bunch of different information there as well. Maybe voting machines were being held there, but if it was an AT&T retail store, that would be a little bit off and a little bit weird. I'm not saying it can't happen, not saying that it might have happened, but might be a little bit of a stretch, and I couldn't find any way to corroborate that. Clearly, this guy was just trying to make a show of it by doing the whole countdown, by blasting downtown because he was downtown, because, I don't know, maybe playing a country song would have been hack in Nashville. It's just the IT thing really is kind of starting to link together with AT&T. But if he was really concerned about 5G, he would have targeted towers like people were doing earlier in the summer as well, because 5G transmits coronavirus was the thought at the time. It sounds fucking bizarre to me, but hey, people believe a whole bunch of weird shit. And we'll never know what this dude was thinking because we'd have to reassemble his brain, because it'd be a little bit over there, a little over there, some on the roof, some across the street. All we know is that only 3 people were injured, a couple people were knocked back, and the police were right there to, make sure nothing got too terribly out of hand. Kind of a whole serendipitous event, I suppose, but this has been very weird, and we still don't know anything. The ATF is on the case, and the FBI is around there bumbling around, and I'm sure we'll probably get a nice fucking concise report at the same time the Hunter Biden investigation wraps up. So if any more information comes out later today, I'll update it in one of the later videos. Other than that, yeah, probably tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, we should probably get something a little bit more by the end of the week, I suppose. But who knows? This entire thing is bizarre and very 2020, to be completely honest. But once again, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I'm Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.